Um, so I wanna talk about it. I wanna document it. I've been feeling like super drained and super like sad all day, and I've been doing a lot more healing and being grounded, and I don't know, I just felt this heaviness, and I always felt the urge to cry, but then when I would, in public, but it would come, but then it would stop. And, yeah, I don't know, I just felt like I needed to cry, I needed to get through it, but I don't know what was going with my system. And then I finally got home tonight. It's been 2 days that I've been doing that. And today I finally got home and I just like laid down. It was just like sitting in silence. And um, I was like trying to like ask ChatGPT stuff about like what I'm going through and what I'm feeling. And then stuff started coming to my mind. And I just realized that I don't have like a lot of like I don't have anything inside. Um, I was raised on survival, so I don't have any. When I am in my presence, like focusing on my presence, I see nothing. I feel nothing because I have nothing inside. Um, I don't know who I am. I don't know anything about myself because my whole life I was just trying to survive, and so the only thing I had was that hope of that life that I thought that was like of me starting my company one day and one day making apps and like just thinking about that, I was like I just that was like I knew that's what I wanted, and I hope like I just had this hope like my whole life that that's gonna happen. And so I start talking to ChatGPT, like texting, and I realized that that hope was because of my trauma self. And so my body created a fantasy. Um, and from that fantasy, I think about that fantasy and I would have hope. I would be happy. I didn't care about where I am now because I knew like in the future I'm gonna be this and this and this. And my whole life I had that. Like I'm gonna be great, I just know it. And come to find out that my body just created that so I could get through day by day. And so all of that was fake. And my identity, the little identity I had, was because of that dream, that fantasy in my head that one day was going to become, like I was going to become. And I've just been sitting around waiting, you know? And it's not real, and I am grieving my whole life. I don't know what to do now. I am not good at life. I don't have the tools. I was never given the tools. Um, I don't know anything about myself. And it's just crazy how much I held on to that fantasy that one day I'm gonna. And now I have nothing. I'm in reality and I have nothing. And I don't even know. I'm not good at anything. I don't know anything. And it's just crazy how I really hung on to that dream, that fantasy, and now I'm in reality and it's not gonna happen. And I don't know I'm not good. I don't know anything about life. I've been numb my whole life up until like a year ago. And realizing that I'm gonna live a normal life. I could live like this for 20 more years, and it makes me sad, and it, I guess, like, I pulled my self-worth and everything from that dream, that fantasy. I never was encouraged to try new things. I was in survival. I didn't have, like, I wasn't mirrored as a child. I didn't learn emotions. I wasn't anything, you know. I was neglected my whole life, and so it's just crazy the stuff the mind does. And then I literally made up a fantasy, and then literally it got ingrained in my mind, and then I pulled all my emotions, all my self-worth, and everything from this fantasy, and it's not real. I'm like, I don't even know. And it's so, I literally have no idea. Because even when I work fast food and I go to bed, but it's like, the back of my mind, I know that one day it's all gonna work out. And so I'm fine doing that, but it's like now it's not, and I have no idea. I have no idea how to do life, and I have no idea how to go from here. And so I am literally in reality for the first time, and it sucks. And I'm learning how to, like, sit in silence and just be grounded in the present. I'm never present. I've been in a dissociated state for 25 years. And so, you know, I just started last week being present and learning how to ground myself, to keep myself in my body and not in my head making up scenarios. And it's just sad that this is life, and the reality is I could be doing this for another 10 years. And so I'm sad. And I literally cried, like, for, like, wow, just like my sister died. I don't even cry that hard. But it's just like, like, my life and my, like, is not my life. I don't know what to do now. I just, in my head, that life, that fantasy was just gonna fall in my lap. And it's not. And I don't know and I was just sitting there waiting for it. And that's like a trauma response. And my body just, like, just fed me stuff to keep me going. And because I was in a dissociated state, I was like, okay, being fed stuff, and now I'm, like, in reality, and it's like, I don't know what to do. And, like, I could be in this life for another 15 years. I could live my whole life going job to job, working at fast food, and living in a studio apartment. And I don't have skills. I never was encouraged to, you know, do anything. I only work fast food. How am I gonna even, like, be able to, I'm not smart, because my whole life I was dissociated during school, so I didn't pick up anything, and so I'm pretty much, like stuck. And so, I don't know. But I am grieving all my, like, lost emotions. Oh my gosh. My self-worth, all of it was because of this dream. And I'm done with this fantasy that I had in my head, and so I have nothing. And so I'm lost. I'm in debt. And I just really was like, I'm gonna hit it, and I'm gonna start making money. And anyways, I can't talk right now. I'm gonna break down even more.